up, awesome people, and welcome back to the last Wi-Fi Wednesday for Pokemon Sun and Moon, which also means this is the last Trick Room team I will be showing off for Sun and Moon as well. As for Ultra Sun and Moon, I'm not really too sure if I'm going to continue with the Trick Room trend. I might actually revert back to normal playstyle in Ultra Sun and Moon. Who knows? I'm actually not too sure if I want to do that, considering I've only just scratched the surface for the amount of Trick Room shenanigans I can actually do. So speaking of shenanigans, I only managed to scrape up a few shenanigans for this particular battle. Yes, English is still the same as per usual for the finale of Wi-Fi Wednesday, go figure. So these were done over on Pit Knight's live stream, which was the last last Sun and Moon stream as well. So as I said, these are kind of the shenanigans I managed to scrape up for that. So I hope you guys enjoy the finale for Sun and Moon's shenanigans before we move on to Ultra Sun and Moon's Ultra Salt shenanigans. I may as well start calling it that. Anyways, we got our first battle here up against Sergio, I think his name was. As I said, I've never been good with pronouncing people's names. Anyways, he leads with the Galvantula and Pelipper lead. This is kind of actually scary because Pelipper's gonna have the Drizzle. Most likely gonna have the Sash on either the Galvantula or the Pelipper. Both of them can run Sash off the top of my head. And Galvantula with the rain up also means like 100% Thunder as well, so that could be a Thunder set. It could even be a support set with String Shot or Electro Web, which is exactly what it's going for. So Speed Control with Electro Web, but I personally prefer the String Shot. Does have -2 in speed, but with the drawback of no damage, whereas Electro Web is -1 in speed, but does deal damage for breaking Sash and all those other good stuff. Anyways, the Pelipper goes for the U-turn there onto the Girafarig for super effective damage. Does do an awful lot there, so I'm assuming it's going to be like a bulky Pelipper, just from what I'm seeing there. Girafarig does get the Trick Room up, which is awesome, so this is a Trick Room Girafarig. It's got Protect, obviously Trick Room, Foul Play and Psychic as its moves. More or less on the tanky side to try and tank a lot of moves, because that's what I'm relying on. Psychic just for some extra damage there and prevent me from being Taunt Bait. Obvious Mega Swampert is obvious, so Swift Swim in the rain as well from the Pelipper there. Got the Liquidation going off on the Arachnid there, which is going to bring the Galvantula down to its Sash, so that was like, ow, bummer. So I got the Foul Play there as well on Girafarig, as I said, going for the Swampert there, but from the damage calcs, I'm assuming that's going to be one hell of a tanky Swampert there, with running probably Natural or Brave, sorry not Brave, Jolly or Adamant in its attack stat. So that's going for the Waterfall, and whoever's getting hit by that is going to be saying good night, which is going to be my Girafarig, unfortunately. So Girafarig bites the dust from that absolutely powerful Waterfall, boosted by the rain, also from a Mega Swampert's natural base attack is definitely going to be an Oko there. I think even with my EV Spray, I wasn't going to be surviving that. Anyways, I got the Water MZ on my Arachnid. My Arachnid is sassy nature. It's more of a special defensive set, more on the real bulky side. That is obviously running the Water MZ off the Liquidation, so that's going for the Mega Swampert, because I didn't really want that sticking around considering how much of a heavy hitter that particular Pokemon is. At the same time, I actually didn't take a look at the rain stat either for this game, so the Pelipper could have been running a Deb Stone, as far as I'm aware of, to increase the rain from 5 to 8. That's just going to be my possible guess anyways. Anyways, going to finish off the Galvantula with my Buzzwole's Hammer Arm there, so that was definitely overkill and was not needed. Gonna get the Beast Boost there as well in my attack to make Buzzwole even stronger, so that's gonna be Brave Natured with 10 speed IVs. This was one that I caught on live stream as well with my Buzzwole. So that was a real pain in the ass to catch, but in the end was very much worth it. I'm so glad I got to use it just before Sun and Moon. Anyways, the Pelipper's going for the Protect there. A Moldo is their last Pokemon, which is going to get absolutely annihilated here by the Liquidation. I actually assumed this was actually going to live because, as I said, I'm running a somewhat bulky Arachnid, and a Moldo can be quite bulky itself, but with Swift Swim, I'm assuming it would have been like a real sweepy set with max attack. It could have been max speed as well. So yeah, that definitely wasn't going to be living a Liquidation from the Water Bubble Arachnid. So Poison Jab there from both of my Pokemon to hit the Pelipper. And as I said there, that is one tanky Pelipper. And even from the Buzzwole, the +1 attack with non-stab Poison Jab, that still barely did half damage. Hurricane there from the Pelipper. Even if it was a tanky set, I'm 4 times weak to that. There is no way in this wide world my Buzzwole is going to be living that. Residual damage from the poison is going to bring the Pelipper down just a little bit more on the orange. Trick Room wears out. Not really a huge issue because I do have one Pokemon in reserve, which is the Alolan Golem. Now, even if I was running the standard Golem for doubles or even VGC 17, not the case in this point, but if I was, that would have gone down because most times that does run Galvanate. I very rarely see Sturdy Golem. I also get the Burn, which was very unfortunate, but I am running the Figgy Berry as well on the Golem. So I do manage to bring my health back up to green, which was great. So if there was a Pokemon in reserve for the opponent's side, I still was raring to go with the Golem and carrying the Thunder Punch because I'm not due to the fact I'm not carrying Galvanate. So that goes down to that, and that is the first game to my side, which was very cool. So it was a very close battle. Obviously, if I wasn't running the Figgy Berry, I would have gone down to burn that end of that turn. And the fact I got to see Arachnid as well in action, which I've had from the very beginning of Sun and Moon. I was like, I'm going to use this sooner or later. It was the first time I got to use my poor little Arachnid I had on the side. I forgot what the pre-evolution was called. I was actually going to use it for LC originally. Anyways, we're moving on to the second battle. We're up against Lewis here. And Ordino always makes me shiver because I hate versing Ordino in doubles. It can be an excellent support in doubles with Heal Pulse. It's got things like Healing Wish as well, which I've done in the past. Helping Hand as well, which would be real annoying, and just really ultimate support there. Plus as well, it's got base special attack as well, is great for sweeping prospects as well. So anyways, let's see what we've got. We've got the Raichu and Ordino lead, and as I said, it's Mega Ordino. I hate versing these things. Luckily I've got Goal of Me though, because I can counter that with Heavy Slam. If it's a takey set with the support attributes, it may well be a 3-hit KO. If it's a sweepy set, I could potentially look at a 2-hit KO here. Anyways, I go for the Protect here because Focus Blast is potential from Raichu, which is exactly what it does. Ordino goes for the Ice Beam. I actually thought it might go for the Golem, but I went for Giraffe Rig instead, trying to go for the Freeze Hacks, which is not the case because my name's not Hypnite. And I'm probably just got my orange symbol there on that video just by saying that name. Anyways, we'll see how that goes. Trick Room goes back up there on the Giraffe, which is awesome. Going for the Heavy Slam to test out this Ordino. And it's a 2-hit KO, which is telling me it is a sweepy set rather than a support set, which is actually quite nice, to be perfectly honest. Anyways, Foul Play onto that Raichu is going to be a 2-hit KO as well, bringing that down to the very low orange. Ice Beam once again on the Ordino, going to be bringing Giraffe Rig down to that high orange range. Citrus Berry kicks in on the Giraffe Rig, bringing the health right back up to about mid-green range, which is awesome. Raichu finally gets that Focus Blast onto the Golem. It's going to hit the Golem, but thanks to those EV spreads I put into Golem, all EV spreads for all of my Pokemon at the end of the video as well, for those who are unaware. Figgy Berry kicks in, bringing my health back up to the green. It didn't even bring me down to the sturdy, funny enough. So going for the Heavy Slam once again onto that Ordino, taking out the Ordino, so that's one big threat out of the way. Although, hard to really say if that was like a guaranteed sweeper, just by how much damage it was doing my Giraffe Rig, wasn't really too sure. But regardless, the Foul Play is enough to take out the Raichu, so that's awesome. I actually get to see Giraffe Rig doing something, and Golem gets to do something as well. So his last two Pokemon in reserve is going to be the Lycanroc Midday form and the Greninja. I was like, nice, well if this Greninja isn't running Water Shuriken or anything like that, Thunder Punch will be an OHKO on that Greninja unless it's sashed, which would be very sad for me. And because special Pokemon are banned as well, it's not going to be Ash Greninja either. So down goes the Greninja. It was not holding a sash, which is very nice for me. Foul Play as well from Giraffe Rig onto Lycanroc Midday form. That's going to be a 2-hit KO. Unfortunately, the crunch from the Lycanroc is going to be an OHKO from that range, unfortunately. So that's telling me it's either going to be like high attack like Adamant or something like that, or is running Choice Band or something like that. Didn't see life or damage, so really hard to say what it's particularly running. So anyways, I'm going to send in the Arachnid, going for the Liquidation, and that is game. It would have taken quite a lot of miracles, I guess, for that to deliver Liquidation from Arachnid. Anyways, that's the second battle. As I said, I mostly did that one to show off the Giraffe Rig and the Golem in action. As for the last battle here, this one's probably the closest out of all of them because this could have gone pear-shaped if for any old reason, because it's my luck. Anyways, Pokemon Trainer Jess is our last trainer. And again, we're going to be leaving the Giraffe Rig for the Trick Room, and Tornado is going to be my ally in this case. The only Pokemon we don't get to see in these particular battles is going to be my Iron Ball Whimsicott, which is probably a little too gimmicky to pull off in my honest opinion. I did get to use it up against some of the beginners you saw in Battlespot, but other than that, I don't think I was going to risk actually using it in some of these battles. Anyways, Protect there on the Tornado because I didn't really want to be running into anything nasty like a Toxic or something from the Thingy-Jiggy there. I've just blanked. Anyways, going for the Trick Room there after the, what's his face up, the Toxic Spice, Toxapex, I should know its name. Wow, that was a huge mind blank. Anyways, going for the Dragon Pulse there for the Turtonator onto the Milotic, that's going to be doing some pretty minimal damage there as well. Onto that, doing about quarter damage there. Poison Jab from the Toxapex onto Giraffe Rig, thankfully no poison. I'm assuming this thing's been running the, Thingy-Jiggy to get crits on all poisons. I am totally mind blanking on Toxapex at the moment. It's not funny. Anyway, Scald there is going to bring the Giraffe Rig down into the orange. So Citrus Berry is going to bring me back up to the green, thankfully, just a little bit in the low range green. Toxapex has got the leftover ability, leftovers there. I'm actually surprised it's already the black sludge there. So that's going back up to the orange. Going for the Baneful Bunker, which I actually should have predicted this turn. So it's going to protect itself, plus if I do physically contact it, it's going to poison me as well. So I decided to stay right away from that with Foul Play or anything like that, but I would have gone for Psychic regardless. But poor misplay there. As I said, I should have seen that coming from a mile away. Should have gone for the Foul Play or the Psychic even onto the Molitic. So Scott brings me back down to the red there from the Molitic. I do unfortunately get burned, but on the plus side, I don't get poisoned by the Toxapex for that reason. And for that, the burn is going to give me residual damage down into 10 HP, meaning next turn I'm going to go down either from the burn or I'm just going to get taken out by a move. So the Molitic finally swaps out because they're kind of seeing I'm just continuously going for the Solar Beam. Sorry, not Solar Beam. I wish I had Solar Beam on this Tornado now, but anyways, because I was going Dragon Pulse, they went for the swap into the Mimikyu, stopping the Tornado's Dragon Pulse. Anyways, I finally get that Psychic attack onto Toxapex, brings it down to the orange once again. As I said, if I managed to predict that previous turn of Baneful Bunker, I would have gone and probably taken out the Molitic or come very close to. Giraffe League finally bites the dust there with burn damage, goes down, and it forces me to bring out the Golem. So in this case, I was like, I could always target the Mimikyu because I know for a fact that the Toxapex is going for a Baneful Bunker. So it's going to try and poison me there, or at least stall out one turn. I can, as I said, now I'm onto their plays, so I know that's coming, which means I can focus the Mimikyu. So I go for Flash Cannon on that to break the disguise, because Mimikyu is always paying the rear side to always take down. But instead of going Heavy Slam, I was actually doubting myself, so I should have, in this case, gone for the Heavy Slam, Okok that Mimikyu. But instead I went for a Rock Slide just in case I did mispredict with the Baneful Bunker. And yeah, that could have been a dead Mimikyu in this particular turn, but I get lucky and do get the flinch, so Mimikyu can't do anything that particular turn. But as I said though, if my prediction skills were entirely on point, that would have gone down. So Trick Room also ends. That would have been, as I said, the perfect time to take out Mimikyu. So it goes for the Therium Z move with Twinkle Tackle, and this will be going off Play Rough obviously, so I was like, please don't go for Golem, because I don't think I've got anything else to take out the Toxapex, because it does have Recover as we've already seen. And it's going to be a real pain in the ass trying to take it out, otherwise my Buzzwole can't do anything to it. But luckily they go for the Tornado, so I do resist this. It is neutral damage, and I do have some bulk in my defense, plus natural bulk as well. So that lives in about the mid-orange range. Go for Thunder Punch on the Toxapex, that's going to take it out. I'm assuming it was more on the either defensive side, or it was more a sweepy set with its innate ability to cause all 100% crits on all poison Pokemon. So regardless, that went down, and Mimikyu goes down to Flash Cannon from Tornado as well. I seriously wish in hindsight I gave Tornado my expert belt rather than a weakness policy, because in the entire time I used Tornado, I never got a super effective hit on it. So no one used Earthquake or anything like that. I don't carry Earthquake personally as well, so weakness policy seemed like kind of a waste on Tornado. Anyway, Scald again from the Molitic. That's going to take out the Golem because I lost my Sturdy ability thanks to Poison. But I do have Tornado and Buzzwole as well. Power Whip from the Demise isn't going to do very much because 4 times resist, plus my really nice base defense as well. Flamethrower from that as well with Quiet Nature Max Special Attack is going to be good night Demise. Even if you were running Assault Vest or something like that, I don't think you're going to live that. Right, so that goes down, which means the final Pokemon on their side is going to be the Molitic. Final Pokemon reserved for me is going to be the Buzzwole, I do believe. That's going to get poisoned by the Toxic Spikes in the field. I'm kind of glad I did put down 1. So with that Hydro Pump coming from the Molitic, and that's going to be taking out my Tornado, which only had 40 HP left, so that was a guaranteed OHKO from that range. Tornado finally bites the dust, and with that, that leaves Buzzwole to go for the final Hammer Arm onto the Molitic, squash that and take the game. With that, that is GT, a very close game indeed. As I said, there was a few mistakes in there that I definitely could have gotten around and probably made the score a lot better than rather than 1-0. It could have been something like a 2 or 3-0. But anyways guys, that is it for the last team and last battle for Sun and Moon. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And as for that, as I said, I'm not really too sure I'm going to continue the Trick Room trend into Ultra Sun and Moon, or if I want to continue on with some of the newfound strategies I only just discovered. As I said, I'm only just scratching at the surface for Trick Room possibilities, so who knows what could happen in Ultra Sun and Moon. I could very well continue with it, show you guys some of the strategies I've only just discovered, or I go back and revert to the old school style of actually using non-Trick Room teams. Oh god, that will probably send people in a frenzy there. Anyways guys, hope you guys enjoyed the Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battles. Look forward to seeing you guys for the Ultra Sun and Moon battles, and until then, this is Lady KrimZen saying ciao for now, but not forever. Ciao!